Welcome. I'm Jake, and this is Nova News of the Week. Today is July 5th, 2024. Nova News is a weekly newscast about the latest developments related to emerging technologies with direct and indirect implications for homeland security. This week's news covers topics related to global tech races, satellite imagery, AI tools for intelligence analysts, AI's use in diplomacy, government and elections, and America's drone deficit. Let's get started. Our first story comes from the Atlantic Council's Global Strategy 2023, Winning the Tech Race with China report. The report discusses the intense technological competition between the United States and China. It outlines strategies to maintain a competitive edge in critical areas such as artificial intelligence, quantum computing, and 5G technology. The report highlights the importance of investing in research and development, fostering international alliances, and implementing robust cybersecurity measures to protect intellectual property and critical infrastructure. AI and satellite imagery, a glimpse into the future. NextGov's article discusses how artificial intelligence is being used to enhance satellite imagery, turning it into a powerful tool for predicting future events. By analyzing vast amounts of data, AI can identify patterns and trends that may indicate upcoming droughts or potential areas of civil unrest. This capability is invaluable for governments and organizations looking to proactively address these challenges. For more details, visit NextGov. Homeland Security tests AI tools for intelligence analysts. Defense One reports on the Department of Homeland Security's initiative to integrate AI tools into their intelligence analysis processes. Avery Alpha, DHS's Principal Deputy Undersecretary for Intelligence and Analysis, explains that these tools help bridge the gap between national and local law enforcement intelligence data. The pilot program aims to familiarize the workforce with AI technology and enhance the efficiency of intelligence operations while ensuring that human judgment remains crucial. Learn more at Defense One. AI and Diplomacy, Insights from Secretary of State Antony Blinken. Secretary of State Antony Blinken highlights the increasing role of AI in diplomatic efforts. AI is being utilized for data analysis, translation, and improving communication within the State Department. This integration aims to streamline operations, enhance decision-making, and foster more effective international relations. Standardizing AI system testing, new legislative proposals. A proposed bill seeks to standardize the testing of AI systems to ensure their fairness and safety. The National Institute of Standards and Technology, NIST, is tasked with developing comprehensive approaches for monitoring AI risks and evaluating systems throughout their life cycle. The legislation also proposes the creation of an Artificial Intelligence Assurance Qualifications Advisory Committee to oversee the accreditation of AI auditing organizations. This move is aimed at building trust and accountability in AI technologies. Limiting deceptive AI in elections. NextGov discusses new legislative measures aimed at curbing the influence of deceptive AI-generated content in elections. The proposed law targets AI-generated content designed to interfere with voting, thereby protecting the integrity of federal, state, and local elections. This initiative is part of broader efforts to safeguard democracy against emerging technological threats. More information is available at NextGov. AI-powered self-healing grids, preventing power outages. Researchers have developed an AI model that can automatically reroute electricity during power outages, representing a significant advancement in self-healing grid technology. This system can detect and address issues like storm-damaged power lines autonomously, which is crucial for enhancing the resilience of power grids against increasing demand and extreme weather events. The full article can be read on Futurity. Maximizing AI's potential in government. Jeff Boudreau, Chief AI Officer at Dell Technologies, provides a commentary on how governments can harness AI's potential. He emphasizes the need for strategic investments in infrastructure, fostering innovation, and evolving regulatory frameworks to balance safety and progress. Boudreau advocates for collaboration between governments and the private sector to build a robust and inclusive AI ecosystem. Decision makers have an opportunity to steer the course of AI and harness its impacts for citizens and industries worldwide. Boudreaux offers commentary on how to leverage AI in government. To grasp this opportunity, policymakers should adopt 3 key steps to forge a pathway for AI that will positively serve societies: invest, innovate, and evolve. As policymakers decide how to govern AI, striking a balance between innovation and safety while ensuring access through effective infrastructure and investment planning will be paramount. Boudreaux says he consistently hears from customers that they want to accelerate AI adoption and scale it for more efficient operations. To accomplish this, organizations need these 3 things. 1. Greater computing access, a robust infrastructure network, and skilled talent are needed. 2. Guardrails to drive safety without compromising speed or innovation. 3. Flexibility to develop solutions while complying with regulations. By making the right strategic decisions today, we can build a future-proof AI ecosystem that addresses these challenges and take advantage of the potential $15.7 trillion AI will bring to the global economy that will define future generations, and tackle significant social inequalities and industry challenges like energy resourcing, computing power, connectivity, accessibility, and safety. Exposing fake news networks targeting U.S. elections. A BBC investigation reveals a network of Russia-based websites using AI to spread fake news aimed at influencing American elections. These sites masquerade as local American newspapers and are part of an AI-powered operation targeting the U.S. election. The investigation highlights the need for enhanced election security measures to combat such disinformation campaigns. The full investigation by Paul Myers, Olga Robinson, Cheyenne Sartarizada, and Mike Wendling can be found at BBC News. Election security, insider threats, and mitigation strategies. The FBI, in collaboration with DHS, CISA, and the U.S. Election Assistance Commission, has released an overview of strategies to defend against insider threats during elections. This document outlines recent instances of election system compromises and provides recommendations to mitigate these risks. It is a vital resource for election stakeholders to safeguard the integrity of the electoral process. Peter Green from Quartz reports on America's drone deficit. As drones grow in use and usefulness, with annual sales expected to rise from $6.58 billion in 2024 to $31.3 billion in 2034, a major problem is appearing. Most of the drones used in the U.S., including those used by first responders and for infrastructure upkeep and surveillance, are made in China. And increasingly, they've been able to send data back to the Chinese companies that built them. In January, the FBI and the new U.S. Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency warned that Chinese-made drones risk exposing sensitive information to Chinese authorities, jeopardizing U.S. national security, economic security, and public health and safety. With China increasingly seen as an adversary of the U.S., if not quite an enemy, the agencies warned that collecting data is a key part of China's geopolitical competition with the U.S. China currently controls a whopping 90% of the U.S. drone market, Representative Raja Krishnamurthy, an Illinois Democrat and the ranking member on the House Select Committee on the Chinese Communist Party, said in a hearing on Wednesday. Late last year, the U.S. banned the purchase of Chinese-made drones with federal funds as part of the annual defense spending bill signed into law by President Joe Biden. Another bill in Congress, introduced by New York Republican Representative Elise Stefanik, would specifically ban the purchase or use on government-funded projects of drones by DJI, the Chinese drone maker that controls about 70% of the global drone market. But the bans only solve half the problem, says Alan Evans, CEO of Florida-based specialty drone maker Unusual Machines. Much like the CHIPS Act, the $50 billion program Biden signed into law that includes tax breaks, subsidies, and cheap loans to bring semiconductor production back to the U.S. and reduce the risk that China can disrupt the chip supply. Evans and others in the industry see a need for manufacturing incentives to rebuild a domestic drone industry before the bans come into place. Not only do you need a marketplace, but for production, you need to be big enough to get the flywheel spinning, Evans said in an interview. If you finance it earlier, the marketplace can take care of it. Watch this space. And our final story for this week, we have unmasking the man behind the world's most popular 3D printed gun. In a riveting new podcast, Gemma Ware and Rajan Basraf from The Conversation explores the story behind the FGC-9, the world's most popular 3D printed gun. 3D printed guns are now appearing the world over, including in the hands of organized criminals in Europe and anti-junta rebels in Myanmar. Made using a 3D printer and a few metal parts that can be easily sourced online, these shadow guns are untraceable and becoming a popular choice for extremists too. When the design for the FGC-9 emerged online in the spring of 2020, it caused a sensation. Earlier 3D printed gun models required regulated components, weren't very reliable, or couldn't take popular ammunition. But the FGC-9, which stands for Fuck Gun Control 9mm and then its Mark II version, were more efficient and easier to make. The podcast uncovers the designer's identity and delves into the implications of this groundbreaking yet controversial innovation. The FGC-9, designed to be easily manufactured with 3D printing technology and materials accessible worldwide, has sparked significant debate about gun control and digital manufacturing. The podcast provides a comprehensive look into this invention's motivations, challenges, and impacts on global security and personal freedoms. More details are available at The Conversation. That's it for this week's Nova Newscast. Thank you for joining us. Until next week, be informed and stay curious. We'll see you next time.